Hello guys, welcome back to another video and another tier list, and this time I'm ranking every single championship manager. There's 22 on this list, obviously no West Brom or Oxford because they don't have a permanent manager just yet, but we're going to run through all of them. I've got elite at the very top, class, good, okay, and not for me. That's a polite way of saying that's my bottom category. It's as low as I'm going. So let's see who ends up where. Please do like and subscribe. Get your thoughts in the comments down below where you think your team's manager should be ranked on here, starting with Mr. Jakirovic at Hull City. And what a season he is having and what an impact he's had. I think a lot of people had them in the bottom three or around the bottom three before the season started. We didn't know much about this guy, Sergej Jakirovic, since he came from Kayserispor, I think it was, over in Turkey. And he's just been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, Hull on the edge of the playoffs at the time of recording, well in with a chance of a top six finish. I've been massively impressed with him. Didn't have a clue who he was when he was appointed. I think most football fans would admit to that as well. But it's going to be a high start, isn't it? I think we have to put him in class at the very, very least. He's right up there, isn't he? Look what he's done with this whole team. Very excited to see how it transpires. Obviously, only been here a very, very short time, so we'll have to keep an eye on him. Up next, though, John Eustace at Derby County. By the way, just going back to Jakirovic quickly, 46% win percentage at Hull City. That is very, very impressive. I like John Eustace as well at Derby County. 42 games in charge there since he moved from Blackburn. 35% win ratio. And obviously a bit of a sticky start to the season, really slower than many people imagine. They're 13th at the moment this season. He was amazing at Blackburn, wasn't he? As he got them into the playoffs, or in the playoff picture rather, and then left controversially for Derby. He did very well at Birmingham as well. Had them in the playoff picture before. Yeah, they sacked him, didn't they? Very controversially again, and replaced him with Wayne Rooney. I like Eustace a lot. I think he's a good manager. I think he's absolutely solid for the Championship. Needs to do a little bit more to get into the top category. So I'm going to pop him in good for now. I'll try and rate these and rank these in order of their category at some point as well. Big Val, I liked him at Barnsley a lot. He's made a bit of an impact on the English game at West Brom as well. Didn't get much time at Watford. Oh, it's difficult, isn't it, with Val and Blackburn and the owners and behind the scenes and everything going on there at once. I do like him. I like his energy. I like his passion. I like the intensity his teams tend to play with. But I think we're just going to have to pop him in okay. Have I gone too low with him? Let me know in the comments. I think that might be a little bit low, but he needs to do more and have a more of an impact higher up the table, I think, with an underperforming team. At the moment, Blackburn sit, where are they? 20th in the table, in relegation danger. And if you look at this season and the Watford season, I think that's fair. Up next is Christian Pedersen at Sheffield Wednesday. Really difficult one for him, obviously, in the circumstance. Doesn't have much experience. It's tricky to place him in terms of where he could be and what he could be as a manager, to be honest with you. But it's not been great, has it, so far? And it's hard to judge him when he's got a team that's not really competing at the level. I have to, unfortunately. He's the first not for me. Doesn't have enough experience and hasn't shown anything really in the Championship. They've got one league win all season, but again, not really his fault. Not for me. I think that's pretty fair. Up next, though, Marty Cifuentes, and what an interesting manager he is. I'm struggling to place him because I thought he was quite good at QPR, really. He obviously played a bit of defensive football, did okay, did all right with them, now moved to Leicester City, and it's been really poor for the majority. I mean, Leicester, relegated from the Premier League, at the moment they're only 12th. He's won 10 out of 27 games. There's frustration with the board, but with the squad he's got, he should be doing a lot better. I also look back at his QPR statistics, and he had a win percent of 33%, which is a pretty bang average, to be honest with you. 83 games in charge there, 28 wins. He obviously rescued them from relegation and did amazingly well there. But since then, it's not been great for Cifuentes. So I'm I'm going to put him in okay. I'm going to put him in okay, and I'm going to put him just behind Big Val because Leicester haven't been good enough for me this season. So I'm gonna leave him there for now. I'll be very interested to hear Leicester fans' thoughts in the comments down below. Julian Stefan now, from one former QPR manager to the current QPR manager. And Stefan did really well with Rennes, didn't he? Won the French Cup, I believe. And I thought it was a bit of a coup for QPR to actually hire him this summer. 11 wins out of 27 so far. I think they're lying in about mid-table. 11 wins, 5 draws, 11 losses. A win percentage of 40%. Yeah, they're 11th in the league table. And how many points off the playoffs are they? Not too many at all. 3, 3 points off the playoffs, QPR. They could well be in that top six picture come the end of the season. I like Julian Stefan. I like this QPR team. I think they're very attacking. So I'm going to pop him in good. I'll leave him just behind Eustace for now, just because Eustace has got more experience. John Mousinho, longest serving manager at a championship club, got Portsmouth out of League One and has been given plenty of time to turn things around this season as well. He kept them up last season. That deserves credit for a team with one of the smaller budgets in the league this season. It's been very, very slow, though, hasn't it, Portsmouth? Their home form's been a bit shakier than normal. They're 21st in the league with just 25 points from 24 games. It looks like Norwich are getting a bit of momentum as well. So I do worry for Portsmouth. He's done really well so far. A promotion on his CV, keeping Portsmouth in the championship. So I'm not going to put him in not for me. I'm just going to. This is a tough one. This is another tough one. These are all really tough. That's why I've made the video. That's why it's so hard to judge. I think I'm going to pop him in okay, but near the top of okay, just because of this season. I'd have had him in good way before this season. And maybe I should have him there. It's either the bottom of good or the top of okay. I'll leave him there for now. We can make changes at the end. Come to Mr. Kieran McKenna. What a manager he is. 2 promotions with Ipswich Town. League One, straight up. Championship, straight up with like 97, 95 points, whatever Ipswich got that season. Did get them relegated from the Premier League, but they are well on course to get promoted this season. They're sitting third, but stalking Coventry and Middlesbrough at the top two. I think he might be the first elite manager on this list. There's not many managers in the championship I'd have above Kieran McKenna. I think it's taken a while to get going this season. They do have probably the strongest squad in the division, but I think they'll be right up there in terms of challenging for the title. And if we look back at what he's done over the last few seasons, the way his team played football, that championship season with the League One side with Ipswich, where he barely made any changes and got automatic promotion in such an elite championship season, makes him an elite manager, even though he wasn't able to keep Ipswich in the Premier League. Alex Neil, what a brilliant manager he is as well, and what a time he is having at Preston North End. Very, very good manager. I mean, he struggled slightly at Stoke. He struggled slightly at Sunderland. Didn't get much of a chance there. We're looking slightly further back, but really great manager at Norwich. Got them promoted from the Championship. Very good manager at Preston. Had them on the edge of the playoffs a couple of times. Now at Millwall, it seems like he's found his club again, that sort of thing. He's doing really, really well. 55 games he's managed so far, a 49% win ratio. You can't argue with that. And at the moment, Millwall are 5th in the championship table. I think the Norwich promotion was very good as well. And I think his Preston North End job was pretty good as well. Obviously, when you've been there so long, it goes a bit stale at the end. But I think Alex Neil is very, very highly rated in my eyes. He's going in class, and I will put him above Jukirovic just because of what he's done so far in the English game. A bit more experience than Jukirovic. So I'm having Alex Neil absolutely every day of the week. Kim Hellberg, obviously not much game in England, in English football to judge for from Kim Hellberg. 9 games only. He's managed 5 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, win percentage of 55%. Was fairly successful at Hammarby as well, 55% win ratio there. I do like Kim Hellberg, but he had that amazing winning start, winning his first 4 or 5 games, wasn't it? Winning his first 4 games, then really, really struggled for the next 4. And then they beat Southampton 4-0. So it's very, very early to judge. But from what I've seen from Middlesbrough and the fact he looks to be able to keep them in the promotion race, I'm going to pop him in good, at the top of good as well. I put him above Eustace. I obviously not got much to judge here. We will wait and see how Middlesbrough's season pans out. It feels like Kim Hellberg has the potential to really climb in these categories and get up to class. Definitely get up to elite as well, I think. I think he's a good manager for now, based on what we've seen so far. Let me know, Borough fans, what you've made of Kim Hellberg's start, because it's quite tough to judge from the outside, given you're looking at those results and looking at some of the highlights and the performances. But I think he's good. I think he will come good as well. So next is Philippe Clement, and man, has he done a good job since coming into Norwich City. He's made them a lot more competitive. They were in all sorts of trouble under Liam Manning, losing every single game at home, weren't they? They do currently sit in the relegation zone still, but it's not really his fault. 26 points from 24 games so far. They look way more competitive. I think he's done a very, very solid job so far. And it'd be interesting to see how high he can take them up the table. First port of call has to be to save them from relegation this season. I think he will do that. 4 wins, 3 draws, from 11 games in charge, 36% win ratio. And he did a decent job at Rangers, experience at Monaco, and all around Europe, really, as well. So he's clearly a good manager. Where should I place him in the good category? That is the question for me. I think I'm going to pop him just above John Eustace. Yeah, I'm going to pop him just above John Eustace. Is that a bit controversial? Let me know in the comments down below. Vitor Matos, he's had a good start, hasn't he, at Swansea City as well. I think he's a solid manager, but he's got such little experience. We mentioned he's worked with Jurgen Klopp and things like that, and he's got a lot of experience as a coach. He managed Maritimo in Portugal, and then just a few months later, he joined Swansea City, and it's a big gamble for Swansea. But again, they do look more competitive than they did under Alan Sheehan. 5 wins, 5 losses, 50% win ratio under Vitor Matos. A lot of home wins, a lot of narrow wins. I think he's solid. I don't know how much further we can put him up than solid right now, which means the okay category. But I think he's got a lot of potential, so I'm going to put him right at the top of this category. I think he could do really, really well at Swansea. I think they're playing some decent stuff, but it's just too early in his reign to put him any higher, I think. Up next, Mr. Mark Robins. I mean, obviously, as a commentary fan, I'm going to be massively biased when it comes to Mr. Mark Robins. Arguably one of the greatest managers my club has ever had. He had 387 games in charge in his second spell and took commentary from League Two to the FA Cup semi-final and the Championship playoff final. Words can't speak highly enough for me of Mr. Mark Robins. And at Stoke, obviously, started the season really, really well. They've dropped off a little bit, but won their last 2 on the edge of the playoffs. I think he's still exceeding all expectations, and just give the man time. He is absolutely class. Let's be honest. He's unbelievable. He's going right at the top of class for me. And I don't care if you think that's biased. I don't care if you think that's stupid. He is that good. And there's always a place in my heart for Mr. Mark Robins. Chris Wilder up next. And I think it's got to be another high rating, hasn't he? I mean, look at what he's done for Sheffield United. The fact they let him go at the end of last season and then knocked on his door again in September to save them from relegation. And let me tell you, he could take them into the playoffs this season. It is a long way off, but Chris Wilder is the man who could do that sort of thing. They're 9 points off with 20 games of the season left. They're going to have to average over 2 points a game to get there, I think. But he's just a brilliant manager with Sheffield United, brilliant at Oxford, brilliant at Northampton, amazing in his first spell at Sheffield United. Let's not forget as well, getting them all the way to the Premier League and touching Europe. Other clubs, it's not quite worked out in terms of Middlesbrough was a bit hit and miss. Watford didn't get enough time to do anything at all, but he is bang up there as well. He's absolutely in the class category for me. Or could he even go higher? He is on the fringes of elite. I'm doing it. You know what? I'm doing it. He's going in elite. I know he's not the most likable bloke in the world, but he is such a good championship manager. I don't think there's any argument with that. I'll put him just below McKenna, but he's banging that top category for me. I think he's absolutely fantastic. I think he's a manager that you'd love to have at your club, and maybe you hate to love if he's not at your club as well. So that's Chris Wilder. Chris Davis on the other end of the experience scale at Birmingham City, his first managerial job. Obviously, that record-breaking League One season, 111 points title, but they had the most money in the league by an absolute mile. They were fantastic. In the Championship, we expected more from them this season, didn't we? They're currently sitting 14th. He was under a lot of pressure, but did get that win over Coventry last time out. I think I can't put him... how much do I take into account last season? How much do I take into account this season? He can't go higher than good, obviously. That is obvious. But is he in the bottom of good, or is he in just okay? This Birmingham team should be higher than 14th in the league. So I'm going to take that more into account than last season in League One, where they just blew everyone away and dominated and had the ball. And the points total is ridiculous and deserves massive praise. So maybe that is enough. I need to see how this season pans out, don't I? I think I'm going to leave him in the bottom of good, which might be more. Let me know. Let me know where you'd put Chris Davis. He's 14th in the league. I'm just going to leave him there for now, because you have to understand the season in League One last season was amazing. He needs to do better. He needs to improve. Results need to pick up. Birmingham need to be in the playoffs this season. They are not hanging about. They want to get to the Premier League, and he has to improve very quickly. Next up, we have... Who's up next? Let's have a quick look. Mr. Tonda Eckert. I'm sorry, Tonda. I think the job getting... The fact you got the job in the first place was nice for you. since then, since that winning run where you really got out there, the relegation picture and motored up to mid-table, I think it's been really, really poor. You're not for me. I'm going to put you second bottom. I think Southampton fans would probably agree with me right now. It doesn't feel like it was the right appointment for them. You're in a parachute payment team. You just got relegated from the Premier League and you're knocking about in 15th in the league. It's not good enough. And I think you should be doing better. We've got another picture of Julian Stefan here. Ignore that. Let's move on to Javi Garcia, who again got Watford to a playoff, sorry, not playoff final, an FA Cup final. He's been around the block. Let me tell you that. He's got so many clubs on his CV, but at Watford, he's looking like a really, really strong manager. Certainly a good manager for me. I think they up to sixth in the league, 4 wins in a row. They could knock on the door if they keep this winning run going of the top two. I'm certainly expecting a playoff finish now from Watford. So he's going in good, at the top of good, at the very top of good. Love Javi Gracia. Think he is brilliant. Nathan Jones up next, a manager people love to hate, but he got Charlton up last year. He got Luton on their way, got them promoted from League Two, I believe. And he's just a manager who shows so much passion, so much character. His team's play in the mould of his own image. So I think I'm going to rank him very, very well. I think he's a good manager. I don't think there's any argument in that, really, is there? He's better than okay. He's probably not in class. I'd whack him bang in the middle of these guys. Bang in the middle of these guys. Maybe just below Eustace. How about that? Just below Eustace. I think he'll keep Charlton up this season. I think he's very, very capable indeed. Paul Heckingbottom, I would have potentially had a lesser view of him before this season. I think that's fair for a lot of people. But he did get Sheffield United into the playoffs. Let's not forget about that either, as they lost to Nottingham Forest. He's doing a magnificent job with Preston this season. I thought they'd be in a relegation scrap. Man, have I been proved wrong. He, once again, is a very, very good manager. He's verging on class. He's verging on class, isn't he? If where have I put Hull a seventh, Preston a fourth. I've put Jurkovic in class. So yeah, go on then. Why not? Why not Heckingbottom? Let's put you up there. I think you deserve it. I think this season you've done so well and you're overachieving against all of the odds. So yeah, fair play. Paul Heckingbottom, who's up next. Who have we got here? We have got Gerhard Struber. Right, Bristol City, they've done reasonably well, haven't they? They're currently knocking around in 10th, but they did finish in the playoffs last season. Gerhard Struber's been absolutely everywhere. I liked watching his Barnsley side, very entertaining. New York Red Bulls, RB Salzburg, been all around Europe. He's a pretty solid manager. I think I'm going to pop him in that good category. He's getting quite full, isn't it? But he's going to go in there as well. Let me know if you disagree or agree with that. I'm putting him above Davis. I'll probably whack him above Stefan as well. Let's whack him there. Let me know what you think of that. And so we're down to the final two. And the most controversial manager in the league, potentially, Wrexham's Phil Parkinson. I think he's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 4 wins in a row might sway my bias on what he's achieved this season so far, but they're only 1 point off the playoffs, and he's achieved 3 promotions in a row with Wrexham. You can argue he's had more money than every single team he's been in the league with in League Two, in the National League. That's a fair argument to make. His style of football isn't the sexiest. Doesn't matter. Look at the results he's getting. Wrexham are growing into this season. There's a real chance they make the playoffs now. So he's going right up there. Which other managers on this list have got 3 promotions in a row on their CV? I think he's proven a lot of people wrong this season. And Wrexham fans absolutely love him. He's going in the second tier for me. He's absolutely going in the second tier. I'll just leave him there for now. Although I'm going to whap him above Jurkovic. People aren't going to like that one. Get in the comments down below. Where do you think Phil Parkinson should be? But I think he's proving everybody wrong. And finally, we finish with Frank Lampard. And you know I'm a Coventry fan, and you know I'm biased, but surely he's an elite football manager. I think you have to whack him right up there. I could put him first, right? I could definitely just put him first, because how many managers on this list have won a Champions League group in their managerial careers? How many managers have reached an FA Cup final? How many managers have finished in the top 4 of the Premier League? He's also got Derby into the playoffs in the Championship. He's kept Everton up. He's probably got more Premier League experience than the most managers, if not all managers on this list. He's definitely in the elite category. It's just whether I'd rank him above Kieran McKenna and Chris Wilder. And I'm so biased, aren't I? I am so biased, but I think that's fine, isn't it? Can I leave it like that? Yeah, of course I can. Of course I can. It's my list. I can do whatever I want. Frank Lampard, an elite football manager with Kieran McKenna and Chris Wilder. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about this particular tier list. We've got Lampard, we've got McKenna, we've got Wilder in the elite category. In class, Mark Robbins, Alex Neil, Paul Heckenbottom, Phil Parkinson, and Jakirovic. In good, look at me trying to remember all these managers' names at the same time, by the way. Javi Gracia, Kim Helberg, Philippe Clement, John Eustace, Nathan Jones, Gerhard Struber, Julian Stefan, and I've put in there Chris Davis. That could be the controversial one, couldn't you? Let me know where Chris Davis should be. In OK, Vitor Matos, want to see what he can do in the championship for a bit longer. It's been a fairly positive start. John Mousinho, they need to improve this season, but very well done for the promotion. Valerian Ismail, and a disappointing Leicester manager, Marty Cifuentes. So not for me, Tonderecker and Christian Pedersen. Don't think there'll be too many disagreements with those two, but let me know which ones I've had absolute howlers on in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this type of video, please do like and subscribe. I'll be back very soon with more championship content. Thanks for watching.